The rock extracted from the mountain was already sorted by the miners in the pits, and worthless waste rock that did not contain ore was filled into unused cavities. The metal-bearing material retrieved from the pits was rarely pure ore. Impurities were either grown into or adhered to it. The next step in obtaining pure metal consisted in separating the ore minerals from the worthless components as thoroughly as possible. The work steps involved in this stage are referred to as ore dressing. The more carefully the ore was dressed, the higher the quality of the material delivered to the smelters. For this purpose, the intergrown ore-bearing rock first had to be broken up so as to separate the different minerals. For a long time, this was carried out by hand using ore hammers on so-called pounding stones. This resulted in an ore-bearing mixture. Women and boys, known as ore pickers, then sorted this mixture into pure ore, still intergrown pieces, and gangue rock. The latter was tipped onto spoil heaps, while the intergrown pieces had once again to be crushed and sorted. From the 15th century onwards, water-powered stamp mills came into use. Here, wooden stampers crushed the ore-bearing rock into a sand-like material. Larger ore grains could be picked out of the crushed material by hand. However, the enrichment of the ore was essentially achieved by washing out the lighter gangue material. For this process, the crushed material was mixed with water, placed onto the so-called pocksandherd, inclined wooden washing tables that could be constructed in different ways, and washed with additional water. Another method involved placing the crushed material onto sieves, which were moved jerkily up and down in water-filled barrels during the so-called stooksetzen, a wet mechanical processing technique. With these methods, the heavy ore grains remained on the washing tables or, during the stooksetzen, sank down onto the sieves. The lighter waste sand was washed away, skimmed off or scraped aside. The concentrated ore could then be delivered to the smelters in the valley.